Hi everyone, it's Lucy here from Head Teacher Chat, joined by my partner in crime, Jonathan.
That sounds really awful.
Also from Head Teacher Chat. For those of you who don't know us, we are a husband and wife team, and we run Head Teacher Chat. And today's session is one of our favourites. Actually, it's something that we do a lot of, isn't it? Really, like if you don't see us and we're quiet, this is what we're doing generally. So tonight's session is all about our top 5 favourite books. We're in the lucky position where we get sent some books to review. And so these are the newest books that we've had recently, that we've had a chance to review. And these are absolutely cracking books. So I really recommend you take a look at these. We're going to get started. And Jonathan is going to do the reviewing bit because we thought that would be easier. So our first one is quite topical, isn't it?
It is. It's the first one I've really enjoyed reading. It is Rethinking School Inspections. Is There a Better Way by Tracy O'Brien.
And it's really topical because obviously Ofsted are going through all the processes of changing and adapting, and obviously there are some big issues in the summer, but it has always been a topic of conversation for a long time.
Yeah.
From school leaders saying something's got to change. And everybody knows we've called for change in Ofsted. We are in support of an accountability system. We are in support of children being safe and learning well and schools providing the best that they can. But we also ask the question that Tracy asks here, is there a better way? And I think this book has got some great solutions in.
Yeah, and I mean the great bit about there's Bramble in the background,
Yeah.
so you can tell it's live. So
yeah.
So the great book about it, it really does the research into the background about Ofsted and accountabilities and the history of where it came from and how it's progressed over time. So there's a lot of research that's been put into this one. It is suggesting a much more collaborative, continuous improvement in school focus. And it really does put some practical steps into improving school inspection, like removing the grades, which I think most people are in favour of. And if you look at Beyond Ofsted report last week, that's one of the things that they would recommend, and introducing the self-evaluation form.
So I think it's a really timely, well-timed book to come out. And I think so if you're interested in the whole debate and you want to have something to read, we recommend that one. That's a good one.
And I like a quote, don't I?
You do like a quote.
Yeah. So
well, this one's quite a harrowing quote, I have to say, but it's true. I mean, and we see it ourselves, isn't it?
Well, yeah. If we don't seize the moment to rethink about school inspection now, then the next framework will come along, and then the next, by which time we have very few teachers and very few leaders left in our institution. I think that sums up the issue at the moment. Is actually that the general feeling of where we are at this situation.
Yeah, I think it's got to a point where it can't carry on, and we see an awful lot of exactly that. Leaders are leaving the profession, really good teachers, good leaders leaving the profession because they are exhausted, demoralized, stressed, and it's not right, it's not productive. So there needs to be another solution. So that's a good one.
And there is a review on our schoolleaderbooks.com website. If you have a look at that one, there's a much more detailed review. Yeah. Now, the books that have been chosen this evening are all published this year. So there are some great books out there that people have recommended in the past. There's some great ones. I like Heartland by Chris Dyson. I like Sam Strickland.
Well, they're all on the website.
They're all on the website.
And we've got others to review. We have a little waiting list.
There's some really good books that we got a list of books that we are working through at the moment, and there's some. Look like there's some crackers in there. So,
I'm looking forward to that actually. Next one's one of my favourites.
Okay, the next one is the school year.
Yeah.
The school leader year.
The school leaders year. And it's one of my favourites because this is exactly me. If I could plan my whole year like this book suggests me that I should and can, then I get so excited about that. And that's why I make planners, and that's why we talk a lot about organization and productivity and thinking ahead and all of those sorts of things. So this School Leaders Yearbook we've had for a little while, and I really like it. I think it's a really good book by Michael Harpham. So John, do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it is. I'm checking my notes at the moment. I don't normally do this. I should just do it. Okay, it's a month guide to what you should be doing as a school leader. It is appropriate to primary and secondary.
Yeah.
And it is very detailed and very clear on the things it does, and it supports you through the whole school year, obviously from the title. So and it's
very clear actually, and it's really nicely written. It's got nice and easy to read. It's very clearly worded. And weirdly, we had an anonymous post asking a similar question, you know, like somebody was going to be a new head teacher in January, and they wanted to plan their year for next year, but they didn't want to miss any important events or meetings that they should be thinking of, because if they've never been a head teacher before, it's hard to know what you need to plan. And so this book actually would be good for them, really.
It would be.
It would really help them. So, yeah.
And there are practical tips in it. There's a real life world experiences from leaders that are practicing in school at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite.
And there's summaries and checklists, which I like, which take you all the way through
the year.
We do
quite like a checklist.
We do like a checklist, yeah. It keeps me focused. I need a checklist to keep going. So that's book number 2. Again, you can see that on our website, schoolleaderbooks.com. The next one is a Kindle.
No, the next one.
Oh, the next one, sorry.
Is
that one.
What makes teachers unhappy?
Yeah, now this is,
and what
this
we
is
can
really
do about
good.
it. And this is an interesting book. And we will have to say that we work with Mark Solomons through Wellbe. He is one of the companies that we support. And he kindly gave us a copy of this book. And it's really good.
It's a really lovely book. Mark is really knowledgeable as well. So you kind of know from listening to Mark, because Mark's run Wellbe for a number of years, and he's got a lot of experience to come to the party, if you like. So, and you can see that in the book. It's a really good, meaty book, isn't it? Lots of information.
Lots of information. And it's written by Mark Solomons and Fran Abraham. And basically, it's a very detailed book about well-being of staff, and I go through a few things of it. It goes through about how to make do change in the school, how important that is to do that. It goes through sections about knowing where the school is at the moment before you can improve it. Have a clear plan. Then, I mean, it's got about leadership, how to be a competent leadership. There's also a section on how to look after your trustees and governors and your SLT members. And it is very, very thorough, and it has got such a lot of good help and tips for people to use. The other part is, because I know we're all very time poor on reading books and things, there is a great section that is called the digested read.
Yes,
so it goes through the whole book and does a short summary of what is going on. And that really helped, because it is quite a heavy book and there's lots going on with that.
No, it's really, really good book. So thank you, Mark, for that. And as Jonathan said, Mark is one of our network members for Head Teacher Chat. So that book was gifted to us by a network company, but we still recommend it. It's very, very, very good, very helpful, and it's good to tap into the expertise of the experts, if you like. And
there is a quote from it.
There's another quote.
There is a quote from it. Well-being is how staff feel personally and socially, how they evaluate their satisfaction, how they develop and become fulfilled, how they function physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, their sense of positivity about their work in life. And that basically sums up what he's trying to create, is actually everyone feeling very balanced about their life.
There's some really good books tonight. So we've had the School Leaders Year, we've had Rethinking school inspection, is there a better way? And the last one, the most recent one, was what makes teachers unhappy and what can you do about it? And the next one is on Kindle.
Yeah.
Now, this is fascinating. I've not seen this one. Hands up, I've not seen this one, but you have. And it's called The Power of Teams by Sam Crone. Why did you like that one?
I followed Sam on Twitter for many years and read his blogs and seen his tweets and things like that. And this book, I knew about this book a couple of months before he started promoting it, and a couple of months before it came out. And to me, as a school leader, it was very important about focusing on the team. How do we make the team better? How do we make our systems and procedures in school more streamlined so the team works more efficiently,
smoothly,
and effectively?
Yeah.
And basically, that's what this book is all about. It's about how you create your team. So he's talking about primary schools and secondary schools. In secondary schools, you have a lot more teams that are involved in what's the decision making. You've got a lot more people involved. And so he does a lot of research, and very topical research on what is good teamwork for school staff.
Okay, because it is a bit of an art, isn't it?
It is.
And if you're new to leadership, or you're new to a school and you're trying to establish teams, sometimes you need a little bit of help along the way. And so if this book is going to do that, then that's recommended. And
it focuses on a whole range of things. There's basically how to balance the staff and resources in the school. It's about managing time, it's managing performance management, it's managing meetings. I'm particularly like his focus on meetings and how they run and how the focus of those meetings is at, because I was always I like a good run meeting.
Well-run meeting.
Well-run meeting. And so it basically summed up in the quote from it is, people perform best when they feel included, safe, and have a sense of belonging.
That's so true. So true. And it's really, really important to galvanize that feeling in the school, but it's tough. It's really tough. So if you are interested in that, you can find that on Kindle. It's not on our website, is it?
It's not on our website. It will be in a couple of days' time that it will be.
So, but we'll put all of these links to the books underneath our chat at some point this evening. So if you're interested and you can't remember what the book was called, don't worry, we will tweet it and we will share it on our social media platforms, Facebook included. And then the last one, Sir John Jones, Dusting Off Thunderbolts. That's another of your favourites. Do you want to tell us why you like that one?
We saw Sir John Jones.
We did.
This time last year.
We did, almost a year ago to the day.
Yeah. At Old Trafford.
Yes.
And he did a great presentation about a lot of things in education, and very inspiring person. And so this book came out early in the summer, and it's just a really good book about leadership and inspiring others and having that sense of belonging, which we're talking about in general. All the books have this theme of well-being and making staff belong. It's a well-written book, and it has a load of ideas and his wisdom of how to improve education. So that's why I say Dusting Off the Thunderbolts.
To share it. Dusting Off the Thunderbolts by Sir John Jones. It's a good one. And is there a quote for that?
There is
quite a long one, I can see.
It's quite a long one.
Go on.
Okay. Do you want to do
I'll do it, shall I?
Yeah,
so a key leadership challenge then is the development of a culture in which people feel safe enough to leave their doors open, to take risks, to speak out, to question and challenge. A culture in which staff are noticed, appreciated and acknowledged. A culture that has trust, loyalty and togetherness at its core. A culture in which people are prepared to turn up, sign up, speak up and stand up. To such cultures, Ohana Comes Calling. So there you go. That's a very good good book, helping you to create a positive culture in your school. So yeah.
There you go. So the 5 books.
So there are your 5 books. You can see all of them apart from one on our website, schoolleaderbooks.com.
So recap.
Yeah, recap.
Tracy O'Brien's book. We met Tracy at the conference in Manchester last year as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird. I thought
Rethinking School Inspection, Is There a Better Way?
Yeah.
And she came to our conference as well.
She did.
The second book was The School Leader Year by Michael Harpham, which is another great book.
Both timely at the moment because that's what people are thinking about.
And this is quite timely, really.
It is actually.
What makes teachers unhappy and what can we do about it?
Yeah.
Building a culture of staff wellbeing by Mark Solomons and Fran Abrahams. And then we had Sam Froome, The Power of Teams.
Yeah.
And then the final one is Sir John Jones, Dusting Off the Thunderbolts.
Super. Thanks, Jonathan. I really appreciated your reviews tonight. And I know you love your books. And so it's a nice evening for you to do. And it's nice for me to hear all the things that you've been reading because I don't always get to read as many as you. I'm looking forward to reading Sam's book because I've not seen that one yet. But these are all fabulous books. Really recommend them. And if you've got any recommendations that you think we should take a look at, please get in touch because we love to see them. And we'll always have a go at looking at them and reviewing them. And so I hope that helps. And we hope you all have a good evening.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.